What did I miss Friday? To you on the top row.
Checkers.
Alcohol checkers.
Oh. That's all I missed.
I would say a lot of deep conversation. It was a lot of bonding, getting to know, you know, just sharing similarities, stories.
Well, hey, I missed it. I had to work.
It's all good. This is the first of many. Or continuation. Kristen, what's going on with you, man?
No.
A lot went on with you this weekend, though. A lot of growth, a lot of stretching, a lot of thinking, a lot of realizations is what I saw, you know what I mean? I think you coming into something good after, you know, hearing your life, will definitely coming to those realizations. Like this right here is how it should be. It should be family, it should be community. Like we should be living like this as black people. Why are we not? I'm sure everybody got some type of struggles on their own. But look at how this weekend went. It was literally a village. So this is what I'm saying with you in reference to us as men. We gotta continue to communicate and build something while also getting the help that you need. You as an individual in your relationships, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With your finances, which I do want still to go over that briefly because I would be remiss if y'all came here this weekend and you didn't get an opportunity to advance you. You know what I mean? To get generational wealth, to break generational curses, and to get some financial freedom so that you can get back to life. You know what I mean? So, if anybody do want to share, like I said, or ask questions, time is winding down. I want to take full advantage of the time that we do have. You know what I mean? I do want to get each of your thoughts on the weekend on camera, for real. I definitely have to do that, especially you. People need to hear from you. Because a lot of people do ask, wait a minute, and I'm asking the same question, and here you are. So you're wanting, again, few and far between, man. Real men that, you know, can provide some type of covering and protection and service to women instead of just getting what you can get from them.
Right.
Somebody?
Well, I've had a great experience and getting to know everybody. You know, healing, seeing others heal. You know, it's a great experience.
And this is family again. This ain't no one-off. You know, I don't want nobody to think that it's just Scorpio Bash. This is literally Phoenix Rising. It's a community. It's a family. You know, it's a network of Scorpios. We still got to get to know each other ourselves. And the only way you can get to know yourself is through the eyes of another. You know what I mean? After you go deep within, all right, what else then? What are you going to do with all that you now find out within yourself? You have to connect with somebody. You have to have experiences. So that's what it's about.
It was definitely a very weekend. I don't feel nearly as heavy as I did. I feel like a lot has been put off.
It's good. And we'll definitely be getting together. We'll be in the area too. So, it's a lot.
It's been really life-changing for me, to be perfectly honest. I already had like an idea of what I thought it might be like. I had an idea, but I didn't know, and the reality so much better than I could even dream about. So going back to Texas with a lot of purpose, like peaceful. I know I shared last night about, what my situation at home is like. But I don't even feel the weight of that anymore. Like, I can go in, I can shoulder that while I do what I need to do. And this weekend helped with that a lot. A whole lot. So, definitely feel at home, more at home here than I do going back to where I'm going. So, for my kids being there, something different.
And the deep conversations really connected me to everybody. Like, I see how much we are alike, and like how our stories are, even though they're like not exactly the same, we still think of a lot of the same like type of way. So all these deep issues we talked about. Yeah, I know we're all going through a lot, so, and I just wanted to ask, is it, because I see how we're kind of quiet, and is it always like that for y'all? Because like, this is my life, this is like every day for me, like awkward, quiet, like, so is it like that for y'all? Or is it just this Scorpio energy that makes it like, it's just all in one room right now?
I feel like it's energy. I don't know. I didn't feel awkward about it. Sometimes it's just nice to be quiet. Sometimes you just need silence. So I think all of us we're all like that, maybe by ourselves, and we don't realize it. So coming together when everybody's collectively silent, it's like, oh, so we are all like this. Okay. And then once you get past that, it's like, okay, yeah. So I was just enjoying the communal silence.
It's called a state of being. Like, we're human beings, not humans doing, not humans trying to get, and that's the problem. Like, when you can just be within yourself, that's a state of peace that I think a lot of people try to obtain, and we don't even realize we naturally have that, because we're okay with being alone. Actually, we need it. But it can also be a detriment if, too much of anything is bad. So this is needed for us as well. That community, that camaraderie, that interaction, and now we go back into our Scorpio layers. But now we know we got people we can connect with and reach out to and talk to and get help that you need and just have fun with.
Yeah.
So.
But I also gained a lot. Listening to your story about always feeling like you're giving, and get nothing in return. And I feel like I'm older, so I struggle a lot. So I have so much. I give so much to me, and I feel when it's my turn to get it, I just shut down. I don't ask. If I'm hurt, I don't tell people. I just don't care. They don't understand. So this was good for me. And trust me, I found 1,000 reasons not to come. But I'm so glad that I did. I'm so glad. So this was bonding, and I thought I was going to feel awkward, but I wasn't. I slept well. We were up at all times of night, talking, having, individual small conversations. So this was good. And I even accepted some friend requests on Facebook, and I'd be like, you a stranger. I don't know you. But I was like, okay. So I think I've made some connections, and, and even in Phoenix Rising, I see people posting stuff, and I'll be like, okay. So people do feel like that, and it's okay, So, yeah, and we do. I enjoy being by myself, but then I still be needing, just to be around people or around somebody that I feel that genuinely cares or loves me. Like because I'll take people in, I'll do for people, oh, you need this, let me see what I can find, or let me give you this, or even if it's just conversation, or if I feel like I have something that I could give. If you trying to figure out how to do something, I'd be like, oh, I can show you how to do that. I'll tell you how to do that. But people views that as me being bossy. So I've learned to just be like, okay, figure it out. But I don't want to be like that. I want to give. So, and I'm a bucket of tears, so y'all pay attention to my
Nah, that's healing.
I cry about everything.
That's transparency and healing. The vulnerability that it needs to for you to grow. I want to say something to you though, Lisa. This notion, especially black people, we have this notion that after we hit a certain age, we're old or our time is up. Yo, you're young. You're a melanated person. And that's God's gift. So as long as you do what you're supposed to do, you'll be young forever. So let's crush that, and you got a long life ahead of you. So it's just the beginning. I believe 50 is just the beginning. You lived enough life to where now you know enough to where you know what it is, where you're going. But at the same time, your issue is you have to start speaking and living your truth. As Scorpios, we bound ourselves to where we, like you said, you don't say it, you don't ask for it, you give it, but when it's time for you to receive, you run. Whose fault is that? So we are our own worst enemy a lot of times. That in our mind, we overthink things instead of just flowing in spirit. So, and that's to everybody, because we all do that, myself included. But breaking those things, it leads to situations like this. You don't think I'm fearful of, man, if I do all of this, and trust me, it's us coming out of pocket for this. And whatever we can get or what people give, it's good, but you know, it's more so about sowing into. I understand currency. It's a seed that you're sowing. I care less about the money and all of that, but what you getting in relationships. You see what I'm saying? In friendships. You're building communities. And you're showing people, literally renewing people's minds and letting people heal. Yo, there's no price you could put on that. But we do have to start living as a community. If everybody put a little bit in, nobody's really hurting. Just do what you can do.
For me, it's always a beautiful thing to see Scorpios come together. I'm 5 years in as an observer for Scorpio Bash, so to see the evolution that it has taken, to me, is just beautiful. And there is a consistency throughout each one, even though they're in different locations and different people. There is always that element of healing and connection and community that is fortified through Scorpio Bash. So, you know, I say to you all the time, I commend you for following your spirit, for being brave enough to put it out there just to see, and consistent enough to go through with it regardless of how many people are here. And so, you know, I witnessed each of you open up like flowers from Friday to now. And now it's a beautiful garden that we sit here in, and everybody can go back, like Chris said, a little bit better than what they came. You know, understanding that a weekend may not fix everything, but at least it gave you hope, or it gave you a new perspective, or revitalization to be able to go back, excuse me, in your in your regular lives, to be able to be there for other people in your lives, because that's important. But you do have to take time for you, and that's the thing that Scorpios don't necessarily prioritize, is taking time for self, being in that quiet time, that quiet space, because you guys are natural givers. You will give to your detriment. And for you all to be able to come together and pour into each other and just have a good time and let your hair down, it is a form of restoration. But I would just say, you know, carry away with that your ability to take time for yourself, because it is so critical. You guys truly have the energy that could heal the world. But if you're not there first, then it could be the other end of that same coin.
I enjoyed watching you all this weekend. I know there is a level of vulnerability that comes with being able to pour yourself out, and that's hard to do. So coming into a space, allowing yourself to put the walls down, even if you didn't do so initially, seeing that, like Jill said, the blooming of it all was really, really great, because you exposed a lot of yourself, and just by doing that, it really opens the floodgates for the healing that you need. And I know because I've been there. So watching you all come and be able to do that without fear and judgment of one another, the willingness, it takes a lot. The transparency, the openness, the honesty that you all carry as Scorpios anyways, I think to see you all come together and feed off each other and realize I'm really not in this alone. Like, and that's key, because that's what we're trying to do. And me coming in to be able to serve you all, I mean, that means a lot to me. Hard. Because just watching you all's story, it gives me healing too. And Teal's right, you do have to be able to restore yourself to go out there and help the people in your life. Scorpios mean a lot to the world. I knew that coming in and meeting Chris, but I love that you guys saw your power. That you can reach out and say, you know what? You're powerful people, and so we're all meant to change the world, and coming here is just the beginning of that. So I'm glad it was my first experience doing Scorpio Bash, and I can't wait to see, to see how it evolves, to see how it's going to grow, to see you guys at the next one, because we are building communities, and as this continues to grow, and you continue to find yourselves, it's going to get more powerful every single time. But to all come together and allow yourselves to be vulnerable in this way, and then take home that healing, it's going to put a major impact into the world.
I want us to thank Teal and Darlene, because they came here to serve us this weekend, to make sure we were straight so we could just enjoy each other, interact. You know what I mean? We got taken care of, whether it was drinks, food, whatever we needed, they accommodated us. So I really want to, from the bottom of my heart and all of us, we want to thank you, and let's give it up to them for real.
It was our pleasure.
Can we give it up? Can we give it up? Like, seriously? Word.
Saying that we're powerful, I always wonder why people would be attracted to me. And I mean, I could just be minding my business, not bothering anybody, trying to do